Hey, it's Cooking with Bob. Welcome to my new studio kitchen. Moved into a new house here recently. I'm trying things out. We're going to see how we can do on an electric range. A lot of you has been asking me about it. This house has electric range in it, so no more gas. We'll see what happens. I got some ground beef over there browning, and we're going to make it into something. So stick around. Let's get cooking. I think this will just be swell. I don't think we're going to have any trouble with this. I've used electric lots of times with cast iron. Just don't go sliding it around and you won't scratch it up. That's all you have to worry about. So I don't know what temperatures and stuff. I'm going to have to learn back up. Same as always. Big pan, big burner. Try to get it centered. And she's getting warm. Just turned it on. So we're about on medium. Let's see what happens. Medium is the high when it comes to cast iron especially. Now you can hear that starting to sizzle. Well, we heat it up pretty quick. I just got to watch this temperature until I get used to this stove. As you probably know, anytime you start with something new, when it comes to cooking, you just have to get used to it. Take me a few cooks, and I'm sure I'll have this thing figured out. So one thing about this particular Whirlpool stove, if I go on this side, there's only one coil. This one has two coils. So that's what I used, was the two coil side. Figured with that big old skillet, it's probably going to need a little more space. Yeah, it's cooking great. Look at that, not sticking at all. Just keep that temperature down, you won't have any problems. Oh, it smells pretty good. Let's give her a little turn with the old fish spatula. My last video I was cooking shrimp and I wasn't using my fish spatula, and one of my subscribers called me out and like, what are you doing? I'm a fish spatula guy and I was using a spoon to turn my shrimp. And now we got that cooking. Let's hit her with a little black pepper and just a little touch of salt. How about just some little bit of onion powder? We'll stick that in there. As long as you keep the heat down, you don't get these seasonings burned. I'd say we also hit her with a little bit of garlic and herb. Do that. Can't go wrong with a little bit of garlic. Yeah, that stove's working fine. With cast iron, I've cooked on natural gas. I've cooked a ton on propane, electric, coils, the old-fashioned coils, the smooth tops, induction, they all work. Especially if you have the more modern cast iron that doesn't have a heat ring. I would imagine you could get in a little bit of trouble with a heat ring like on an induction stove. I've not personally tried that, to be honest. If anybody knows, let us all know down there in the comments if you have an induction stove and you have an old skillet that has the heat ring. I'd be curious to know if you have any troubles with that. Let us know down there in them comments. Just doing like it always does. No trouble, no sticking. See any concerns at all with this stove. Hey, while that's browning up, if you do me a favor, let me know what you think of the new kitchen studio here. I got my softbox lights set up and stuff. It looks pretty snazzy, I think. Let me know what you think. The other kitchen, it had dark cabinets, almost black cabinets. I think the white cabinets with the little off blue glass type backsplash. This might be a Cooking with Bob studio that's like one up the last one. So I'm pretty excited to be in this beautiful kitchen and coming to you with some new recipes and tips and tricks in cooking. That looks like it's just about done. I'm going to turn this a little bit down towards the low end so we don't get it burning. And that, my friends, is how you cook some ground beef without getting it burned. Stuck to the bottom. Look at that. Nothing stuck. It's just beautiful. You know, since I'm testing out the new kitchen for the first time, we're going easy. We got some Manwitch Bold. We're going to do Sloppy Joes, or maybe in this case, Sloppy Bobs. Let's get this thing open and dump them in there. Now you can obviously make your own, but We've been in the process of moving some stuff over today to the new place. And you know what? Sometimes it's fine just to use commercial products. Any of these companies that make this kind of stuff, I would guess they got it kind of figured out. It should be just as good or better than if we tried to make it homemade. I just got me another one of these Lodge factory seasoned skillets, and we're going to turn that one on. And then the sloppy bobs are looking pretty good. Lightly brown these buns in a little butter. That in there. These are just regular grocery store buns. I usually just move them around like that and get a little butter on them. They're always good. A little bit brown. And that's all I do. I got a question. When I do sloppy joes, I kind of do them open face. I put each part of the bun on the plate, put a dab on top. Doesn't get all over the place, easier to eat. Let me know if that's how you do it or you do it a different way. See what we look like. Oh, look at that. Just a little brown, just give her a little flavor. Throw a dab on each one, like this. That's kind of how I like to do it. Of course, you can let her up if you want a bunch. Put a bunch on there. Let's take these sloppy joes and put them over here on the island. Well, this thing isn't going to eat itself. Let's take a little taste. I think with the butter on the bun, it definitely makes a difference. Cheers. That is really good. That was just a simple meal, little sloppy joes. Something quick, easy. We've been moving stuff over to the new house in the kitchen. Let me know what you think of the studio kitchen. I think it's going to turn out great. As always, I appreciate you watching. Bust out that cast iron and just keep cooking. Some days you just have to do something out of a can, quick, easy, and fast. And delicious. Y'all have a great day.